Hey, good morning, PT on Ice Daily Show. Instagram is fixed. There we go. Good morning, PT on Ice Daily Show. Happy Thursday morning. Hope you're all off to a great start so far this morning. I just finished a nasty little EMOM of heavy hang squat cleans and then 21-15-9 of bar facing burpees and light hang squat cleans. So in the moment, I feel like I murdered the workout, but now I feel like it's murdering me as that tends to go. Speaking of tough workouts, don't forget today is Gut Check Thursday. So if you haven't checked Facebook or Instagram yet, Gut Check Thursday is released. 4 rounds for time of 25 air squats, 25 sit-ups, every minute on the minute, including at the start at 0, 5 burpees. So the goal there is to try and keep yourself ideally under a minute per round so that you don't get hammered too much by that burpee penalty. So that's on deck for Gut Check Thursday. Make sure you hit that. Make sure you tag us on Instagram or Facebook. Use the hashtags IceTrained and Gut Check Thursday, and you can be entered to win a t-shirt. Just sent a t-shirt out to Marcus Werner this morning for winning the drawing last month. Some courses coming up real quick. Jeff will be in Birmingham, Alabama this weekend for lumbar spine management. So if you've been looking to take that course with Jeff, that's coming up this weekend. You can catch him in November 2nd and 3rd in Fort Collins as well, out in Colorado, out in his home turf. Professional Bike Fit with Jason has 2 spots left in Minneapolis, October 12th and 13th. That's an awesome course if you're looking to bring bike fitting and treating cyclists, triathletes into your clinic. Rising Tide, our co-conference with APHPT, is October 18th and 20th out in the mountains, the White Mountains in New Hampshire. A little bit of hiking, a little bit of population health over the course of a long weekend. Cervical Spine in Madison sold out yesterday, but you can catch Cervical Spine with Jeff and yours truly November 9th and 10th in Milwaukee. We do that course in Milwaukee every year, always. Maybe too much fun at times. Certainly have gotten out of control a few times in Milwaukee with that course, but that's always a fun time. You can catch Justin and Christina out in New Jersey, November 2nd and 3rd for Modern Managing the Older Adult Live. You can catch Zach and our friend Megan Daly out in Los Angeles for Fitness Athlete Live, November 9th and 10th. And then that same weekend, November 9th and 10th, if you're down south, you can catch Jason for Rehab of the Injured Runner in Augusta, Georgia. So that's what's coming up towards October and November as we get towards the holidays with our live courses. So what are we talking about today? I'm your host, Alan, CEO of ICE, faculty member for our Fitness Athlete Division. On Thursdays, we talk Leadership Thursdays. And today we're going to talk about all things technology. And we're not going to get too deep into the weeds with specific apps or anything like that. But I really want to hammer on some basics that I see where clinic groups and big hospital systems and even individual clinicians that are running their own shop or maybe just have a small staff on board could really do better with technology and communication. So the first thing is just cover the very absolute basics, which is email and social media. We had an episode on The Daily Show a couple of weeks ago now where I talked about social media 101, which platforms are for you, how to effectively use them. So go back and listen to that one if you haven't yet. I'm going to kind of assume you've heard that one as your baseline today. So when we talk email and social media, we're talking frequency. If your target audience is patients, especially if they're trying to get in to see you for an appointment, then we need to be responding fast. It used to be, a 48-hour response time with email was industry standard, business appropriate, and then 24 hours. In today's booming market where everybody is connected 24/7, 365, a 12-hour response time is now standard, which the vast majority of organizations fail to meet. So if I email you in the morning, you should get back to me by the end of the business day. If I email you at the end of the business day or maybe after hours, you should be getting back to me the next morning. That's kind of the baseline. That gets dropped a lot. There's still a lot of folks who are not even meeting the 48-hour response time window. If someone is trying to get in, has questions, or trying to get in for an evaluation or a bike fit or whatever service you offer, and you're not answering them for a couple days, they might forget. They might go somewhere else. They may have a negative opinion of you. When I have to continually email somebody to remind them to answer my email, certainly the likelihood that I'm going to continue to do business with them or buy anything from them is just plummeting. So 12-hour response time is the new normal. And there's a group of people out there, yours truly, that expect an instantaneous response. One of life's little joys for me is when somebody emails ICE and I can email them a response, get them what they asked for, and on my inbox it still says sent 0 minutes ago. That makes me happy inside to give that instantaneous response. Just that crisp, high quality response just gives that person, gives the consumer the message that somebody's out there listening and waiting to answer your questions. So aim for 12 hours, and if you can, hit instantaneous. On Facebook and Instagram, people can see how slow your response time is now, right? That's a metric that is tracked and is right there on your clinic or your personal Facebook page. Hey, it takes ICE an average of 17 minutes to respond, but they do have a 100% response rate. Some of your clinic pages, we can see that metric, and it's awful. It takes 24 hours to reply, answers 37% of the messages they receive. That person is probably not going to message you. That metric is available, so know that people have that data. If somebody is emailing you from Gmail and you have Gmail, they can see now that you have not opened their email and how long it's been since you have not opened it, and it even will send them a reminder to ask them to remind you to answer your email from them. So it will say, you sent this 3 days ago, they haven't opened it up yet. Do you want to click this button and remind them to answer your email? So know that consumers are having access to your response time data. It's out there publicly now, and make sure that it's where it needs to be and where it's standard. You don't want somebody to be looking at your Facebook page and see that you answer 10% of messages with a 3-day response time. That person is probably not going to message you. Same thing, they can see that you haven't answered their emails, and they are not going to want to have to do extra work just to get you to contact them back. So make sure you crispen that up. If you're not texting, what is wrong with you? We hear this all the time. My employer does not allow texting. We don't think texting is appropriate. We don't think it's HIPAA compliant. And we could do a whole episode on how physical therapists and healthcare providers in general flat out don't understand HIPAA. But that being said, there are a lot of HIPAA compliant text services that are super easy. Google offers a HIPAA compliant text service where somebody calls or texts a central line, a Google Voice line, and you can forward it to any number of cell phones to answer the call or answer the text with the app, and it's all HIPAA compliant. That's what we do here at Health HQ. We have a central Health HQ number. Folks can call or text it. It comes through the Google Voice app, which is HIPAA compliant, encrypted, not meshed with our own internal phone contacts, our own personal stuff, and we can reply to those texts. We can attach videos. We can attach pictures. It's all HIPAA compliant. 99.99999% of the people who come into your clinic are going to prefer a text. Hey, just text me a picture of me doing my homework, or text me a picture of you writing out on the whiteboard my program for the next couple days. I don't want it printed out. I'm just going to throw it in the garbage as soon as I walk out the door anyways, or lose it or leave it under my car seat. Just text me. So make sure that you're on board with texting. And again, just like email and social media, make sure you're actually answering that. There are some bots and technology software out there. And again, I won't get too deep into the weeds for Facebook and Instagram. And you've probably seen them if you've gone to a company's Facebook page where it pops up and it has some decision tree stuff where you point and click and try to get the answer you're looking for, or end up making a call or making a message. So those are out there. If you want to automate that a little bit and not have to be answering your messages personally, but maybe I'm biased because I'm the one that answers all of the ICE social media most of the time. I think that personal touch is really nice. So, but that technology is out there if you don't want to have to deal with that. And my last point here with the basics of technology is make sure you pick something that works for you. On the ICE side, we interact with a lot of organizations who have their emails so encrypted they can't receive emails from us or attachments. They can't open up websites. They look at content or print things. It is so bound up that it's worthless. So make sure you pick a software, an email software, text software. Make sure when you do your social media, you don't make it so bureaucratic that it's absolutely worthless. So make sure you keep it free of bureaucracy. That being said, my second point, kind of the name of this episode, slow down to speed up. Recognize that any technology shift is going to have little bumps in the road, maybe temporary setbacks. That's going to slow you down, at least in the short term. But look forward to that long-term progress that is going to speed you up. Think of shifting from paper charts to EMR charts. How much nicer is it that the last patient walks out, you can shut your computer, go home, grab some dinner, chill out, change into some stretchy pants, and do your last couple notes on the couch versus needing to be in the clinic doing them by hand. Think of the rough edges of making that transfer initially, but how much it pays off. I think of my transition from Android to iPhone a couple weeks ago. I resisted it for years and years and years because I was worried it would slow down my efficiency, and just finally biting the bullet and accepting the switch has actually, now that I've gotten over those bumps, made me much more productive. The interaction I have with other iPhone users has sped up things like my texting and my media sharing. It's sped up my ability to pull videos down for Essential Foundations and do bar path analysis and upload them. I am so much quicker now having iPhone and communicating iPhone to iPhone than I was resisting the change for a long period of time. So recognize that it will slow you down, but you have to look long-term. Long-term, will this speed us up? If the answer is yes, then just kind of suck it up and suffer through it. Same thing, yeah, Will Boyd's on Instagram. Think of the first couple sessions of getting back to the gym and you're sore, but know the long-term outcome is worth it. Same thing with technology. My last point here is that if this sounds awful, if you are that person that says, this is just not for me, if you're that clinic owner, that clinician that just does not have time for this, you don't find passion in it, maybe you don't understand the fine aspects of some of this stuff, then turn that responsibility over, right? Pay somebody else to do it, hand that responsibility over to somebody else in the clinic. I think of at ICE, Dustin does a lot of our email lists and conversion kit and all that stuff. That's stuff that I don't really understand and bores me terribly, but that's stuff that Dustin is really passionate about and really good at. So we've slowly handed that stuff over to Dustin Jones, and we're all the better for it. Delegate that stuff, practice decentralized command, just hand the keys over, right? Don't ask somebody in your clinic to put more social media content out and then not let them have the password of the social media account because you're worried about what they'll post, and then they have to screen videos by you and screen the post by you, and you end up doing hours and hours and hours of extra work to make a social media post just because you won't handle the keys over, even though that's exactly what you've asked that person to do. So just give that responsibility away and just trust them, right? If they mess up, you can always fire them, right? If they post a picture of their butt on social media, you can always fire them. But don't create extra work for them and you by trying to avoid extra work. So keep that point in mind. I think of marketing and ads and retargeting and all that stuff. Again, does not suit my fancy. Does not something Jeff is good at either. So that's something we've handed off to a brand manager who has taken it and ran with it. You've probably noticed a big improvement in kind of outreach and marketing and what we're putting out the past couple months with ICE, and that's all because we turned the keys to that castle over to somebody else who has taken it and ran with it. So if you can't handle it or don't want to, find someone who does. If you are somebody who's tech savvy, don't just think that you're on the cutting edge. Keep people around you who keep pushing you to try new things. Again, at ICE, that person for me is Dustin Jones, who's always saying, hey, we should try this, we should try this. And I'm an old Scrooge, and I'm saying, no, it works the way it is. But having his input, his feedback, again, just like with our marketing, has helped a lot. He's helped a lot with improving Hump Day Hustling. He handles all of the shirt design for the shirts that we put out every now and again, all that kind of stuff that I don't care about and I don't really want to change because I know it will create more work for me in the short term is stuff that Dustin has taken over, and it's good to have somebody on your team who is pushing you technology-wise. So have that person on your team. So I hope that helps. Those are some big, easy fixes, I think, that can be made, especially with answering email and social media and getting on board with texting. Make sure you handle those basics well. Make sure you have that 12-hour follow-up window, especially, if somebody's sending you a message, hey, I've got some back pain. I heard from my friend that you all handle that there. That is somebody, you want to answer that person. Hey, sorry to hear you're having back pain. We would love to help you. We'd love to get you in the clinic. We can get you in today. We can get you in tomorrow morning. That you want to capitalize on that. Get them before they go somewhere else, or looking population health-wise, end up going to the emergency room or something for back pain when you could have gotten them in the door if you had just taken 5 minutes to catch up on your emails. Same thing with your social media and with your texting. If you're not texting, get on board with texting. Recognize that any technology change has bumps in the road and will slow you down short term, but make sure you look at the long-term goal. Will this make us faster, better, more efficient? The answer is almost always going to be yes. There are very few technological jumps where it was a dead end and it turned out to be a bad idea. For almost all cases, adapting a new technology will increase your efficiency in the long term. And finally, if you don't care about it, if you don't have the time to handle it, if you don't want to handle it, then if you love that bird, let it go, right? Give that to somebody else, hand them the keys. Hey, Dave, you are now the Instagram person for the clinic. Try and make a post a week, whatever you think. Run the first few by me. Let's just make sure that we're on the same page as far as what we want to put out. After that, here are the keys. Get in the seat and drive that race car, right? So hand that off. Don't try and manage it or keep it to yourself because you're worried about the quality control. So hope that helps. Hope you all have a great Thursday. Don't forget, if you're not signed up for Hump Day Hustling, ptnice.com, scroll to the bottom, sign up for Hump Day Hustling. Get our weekly morning newsletter in your inbox. 5 of the research articles over the past week that the ICE faculty are looking at. Some blog and social media content as well. If you can't make it to a course that we've talked about, consider signing up for Virtual ICE, also on ptnice.com. Weekly meetings on Tuesday evenings, 24 CEUs from your couch. Listen in every week for an hour to a different ICE faculty member, rap about a different topic. Got a private Facebook group for you for some discussion too. If you can't always make the live call or ever, we record all the videos, put all the content on a special website for you so that you can access as you see fit. Some online courses coming up next week. Essential Foundations, Fitness Athlete with Mitch and myself starts October 14th. That class has 2 spots left. I just saw before getting on here that 3 people grabbed spots overnight. That same day, Sarah Horan is starting Out of Network Step by Step on October 14th. And then the last online course of the year will be Persistent Pain Management, October 28th with Justin Dunaway. That is a fantastic course if you are just looking to get better at understanding how pain works and working with any patient in pain, but definitely if you are seeing a lot of folks who have persistent pain, different ways to better understand what's going on with them, and also a whole lot of treatment strategies to bring into the clinic to help those folks back on the road to recovery. So that's what we've got going on. Busy fall. Hope you all have a great week, great weekend. We'll see you next time. Make sure that you all hit up Gut Check Thursday. Bye, everybody.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our Virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.